He's gonna come.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. And you touch yourself.
They say once in a lifetime an entity so wholesome comes to Earth. A being so generous blind people are cured just by his presence alone. A being so wholesome he turns water into McDonald's Sprite. A man so influential he does all he can to make sure everyone gets his positive message and tries to use said message to save humanity. A second coming of Christ himself, if you will. Little did we know that this figure was living among us this whole time. That's right, it was Dhar Mann. It wasn't Jesus Christ who saved us from our sins. It was Dhar Mann. Mr. Beast did not cure blind people or deaf people. It was Dhar Mann. And it wasn't my dad who beat the shit out of me after a night at the bar. It was Dhar. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, so if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll probably remember that I made a video on Dhar Mann a while back. But that shit was 2 years ago, and also 2021 Raf was, well... The teacher instantly assumes it's that kid because of the color of his jacket. The jacket is black, so obviously he did it. Oh yeah, I'm getting in trouble for that. Actually, on second thought, now, all jokes aside, that video is really old, and I feel like I could have done a lot better. Now, up until literally yesterday, I always thought Dhar Mann just sort of peacefully fell off the face of YouTube. But as it turns out, I was wrong. Granted, he's not doing anywhere near as good as he was like 2 years ago, but 2 million views in one day is nothing to be ashamed of. And I'd also like to point out, back when I first made that video, Dhar Mann made very straightforward videos, and who can blame him? He taught simple life lessons, and so he made simple life videos. But I guess there's only so many Disney Channel lessons you can teach, and his new videos not only have very uncanny thumbnails, but also really interesting topics. Oh yeah, but the thumbnails are still funny as shit. Like, there are some people who make like parody thumbnails, but looking at some of his actual thumbnails, it's genuinely really hard to tell which ones are real and which ones are just jokes. Like, look at these! Drug addict kidnaps a 5-year-old. Innocent black man sent to jail. ICE officer deports a Hispanic man. Oh god. Student won't stop masturbating? Ooh, I think he might be me. Okay, so now with all that being said, let's review the first vid. Mean girl rejects an autistic girl. She lives to regret it. You hear that, guys? Dhar Mann spared this girl's life. He didn't have to, mind you. He could have very easily just mutilated her, but he didn't, because that's what Dhar Mann does. He wanted her to live to regret it. Could you just imagine a Dhar Mann video where like the Jared Leto Joker villain of the video is just a dick in the first half, then straight up just gets into like a car accident and then dies? Then no one learns the lesson. Like, what if they just don't live to regret it?
Aw, that must be the new girl, Heavenly. She's all alone.
Too bad for her.
Bruh.
Why don't we go sit with her?
What? No way.
Bruh.
You can't be seen with someone like her.
Bruh.
What does that mean, Tess?
Don't make me say it out loud. We are not sitting with her.
Bruh.
Now come on.
Funniest thing I've seen in ages.
Sit with the autistic girl? What do you think I am? A loser? God, it's so cool to be a dick.
I'm really concerned about you passing.
Mind your own business.
Funniest thing I've seen in ages.
Okay, so this video is starting to get pretty long, so I'm gonna just speed run the rest of it. So obviously the popular girl doesn't like the autistic girl, so the teacher pairs the two of them up for a math competition. The popular girl doesn't like this and spends the rest of the day making fun of the autistic girl for literally no reason, claiming that she's incapable of doing literally anything because of her disability. She then visits her mom, who's apparently the manager of like a restaurant or something, and there she meets another autistic man who's her waiter. She's a dick to him at first, until he makes her a milkshake.
Here you go.
Whoa. You made this? There's no way.
Yes, I did actually. I love making cool food art. I only hope it tastes as good as it looks.
These nuts.
That's amazing.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, that milkshake does look really good. Now, after a bit of back and forth, the popular girl learns just how much of a sweet and smart guy Ralph, who's the guy with autism, actually is. She feels bad for the way she treated the autistic girl and proceeds to be nice to her. You know, typical Dhar Mann stuff. She learns her lesson and they win the math competition, and I'm really lazy to show the rest of the video, and yeah, that's Dhar Mann. One thing I'd like to say is that Dhar Mann made more than 5 different videos, fully monetized by the way, about disabilities. It's genuinely starting to come off as Dhar Mann capitalizing on disabled people. That's insanely messed up, and the reason why I think this is because I'm pretty sure just one video about this topic would have been enough. It's a really straightforward lesson. People with disabilities perform just as good, if not better, than some people in certain fields, like math or complex thought. Just because someone has a disability does not mean they're slow, and I feel like that message could have easily been achieved with one video. Kinda like how I just said the lesson in mine. I'm not even trying to make a Dhar Mann video and I showcase the message with just 30 seconds. I know he made all these fundraisers, but I just feel like he only did that to shield from criticism. And considering how the thumbnails look and just how many videos he's made on this same topic, it's really not that hard to see why I think this. It's just insanely messed up, and I feel like Dhar Mann is starting to become the villain of his own channel. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.